Ever since Yuto Sakura, age 21, lost his mom, he's been living humbly with his dad.
Remarriage? Whoa, Dad, what's this all of a sudden?
Well, I figured I should let you know. You are my son, after all.
His father seemed oddly at peace, which kinda caught Yuto off guard.
I mean, sure, Dad deserves some happiness, but who's your partner?
I actually asked her to come over. She should be here any minute now.
The doorbell rang, and Yuto headed for the front door.
Yes? Who's...
Standing there was a face he knew all too well.
Huh? Why the heck are you here? You're Misaki Kirishima.
Sakura-kun? What are you doing here?
Silence fell between them. Both Yuto and Misaki were clearly flustered.
Ah, let me introduce you. This is my fiancé's daughter, Misaki Kirishima.
Wait, what?
Hold on, so that means...
The daughter of Dad's new partner turned out to be Yuto's classmate. Yuto's mind went totally blank. A week had passed since Yuto and Misaki started living under the same roof. For the first few days, things were super awkward, but at least they'd started exchanging minimal conversation.
Well, we're managing, I guess.
Honestly, I was worried how this would turn out at first.
On the surface, they acted calm, but it was obvious neither had fully adjusted yet. During breakfast, they sat across from each other with few words passing between them.
Just so you know, at college, we're total strangers. Got it?
Right back at you. I don't need any weird rumors floating around.
Even so, both of them were starting to notice each other's presence more and more. One evening, they decided to cook dinner, but the moment Misaki picked up a kitchen knife, Yuto grimaced.
Hey, are you even sure you can cook?
Simple stuff, I guess. Probably.
Every time Misaki chopped something, the sound was kinda alarming.
Whoa, hold on. That carrot's turning into some weird shape.
Don't worry about it, the taste won't change.
But the final dish ended up burnt, letting off a questionable smell.
You sure this is edible?
Rude, I really tried my best.
In the end, Yuto whipped up a quick backup dish, leaving Misaki to gloomily munch on his cooking. At college, they acted as if nothing had changed.
Hey, you two have been talking a lot lately, huh?
No way, that's just coincidence.
Yeah, exactly. We're just classmates.
But whenever their eyes met, they both looked a bit uneasy for a split second. When Yuto got back from his part-time job, he found Misaki dozing off on the sofa.
There she goes again, sleeping in the weirdest spot.
He had no choice but to gently drape a blanket over her. For a moment, Misaki seemed to smile, and Yuto quickly looked away. A month had passed since they started living together. The initial awkwardness had subsided, and they were chatting more naturally. At the same time, moments of sudden awareness toward each other started cropping up. One day in class, the professor assigned group work.
All right, team up with someone nearby.
Yuto and Misaki locked eyes without a word.
Want to partner up?
So sure.
That was all it took for their classmates to tease them. You two sure get along, making Misaki blush a little. That night, Misaki was secretly practicing her cooking skills. Recalling her past disaster, she vigorously shook the frying pan.
Whoa, what are you up to?
I just want a rematch, okay?
But a few minutes later, the smell of burnt food filled the kitchen.
Figures this was gonna happen.
Shut up, I was so close.
In the end, Yuto pitched in, and together they managed to whip up something half-decent. Once at the table, Misaki happily took a bite.
You know, doing this kind of stuff together is actually kind of fun.
Yeah, well, watching your disasters is entertaining.
Humph, you didn't have to add that last part.
Amid their casual banter, both realized they were slowly closing the distance between them. One lunchtime, Yuto was eating with his buddies when he noticed Misaki chatting happily with her own friends.
Kirishima's pretty popular, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Dude, you sure you're not into her?
Huh? No way.
But deep down, Yuto felt a pang of unease. One night after work, Yuto returned to find Misaki asleep on the sofa again. As he leaned in to cover her with a blanket, Misaki mumbled in her sleep.
Thank you, Yuto.
Yuto's heart skipped a beat, and he hurried to tuck her in.
What the heck are you saying?
Yet seeing her sleeping face, Yuto realized something. Am I starting to notice her? 2 months into their cohabitation, Yuto and Misaki interacted more naturally than ever. But soon, a surprising twist would shake up their blossoming relationship. During lunch, Misaki was chatting with her friends when a male student showed up beside her.
Kirishima, could I talk to you for a sec?
At that, everyone around them started murmuring.
Dude, that might be a confession.
Watching from a short distance away, Yuto felt his chest tighten. The male student led Misaki to a quieter spot.
I've had my eye on you for a while, Kirishima. Would you go out with me?
Misaki was startled and couldn't respond right away. Yuto observed from afar, feeling a growing knot in his stomach. After class, Yuto approached Misaki.
That guy earlier, did he confess?
Huh? How'd you know?
Well, I just had a hunch.
Without realizing, Yuto was clenching his fists.
Anyway, I didn't give him an answer. I just said I'd think about it.
Oh, got it.
Yuto felt a surge of relief that surprised even him. After dinner, an odd silence settled between them.
You really gonna go out with that dude?
I'm not sure, but maybe giving it a try wouldn't be the worst thing.
Yuto's chest tightened painfully.
Do you like him?
I don't really know yet.
Misaki's words left Yuto feeling uneasy. The next day at lunch, Yuto was hanging out with his friend.
Man, you seem real hung up on Kirishima lately.
What? No way.
Come on, I can see it. Dude, do you like her?
Yuto froze at his friend's question. Looking back, every time he saw her talking with another guy, his heart grew restless.
Am I really into Misaki?
That night, Yuto couldn't sleep. From the next room, he could hear Misaki's soft breathing.
What am I supposed to do?
He didn't want to admit his feelings, but he couldn't deny them anymore. Finally, Yuto knew his own heart.
Yeah, I do like Misaki.
A few days after Misaki got confessed to, she still hadn't given an answer. Yuto also felt uneasy whenever he wondered what she would decide. After class, just as Yuto was leaving, Misaki called out to him.
Hey, can we talk?
Sure.
They headed to a quieter courtyard. After a tense moment of silence, Misaki spoke.
I'm pretty sure I don't actually like that guy.
Oh, really?
Yuto felt relief spreading through his chest.
But then, who do I actually like? I started thinking about that.
Misaki looked straight at Yuto.
Yuto, I think I might be in love with you.
Yuto's heart pounded in his chest.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, but we're step-siblings now, right?
Misaki's face revealed her confusion.
Am I even allowed to feel this way?
Says who? There's no rule against it.
Yuto's voice was surprisingly steady. That night, the two sat facing each other in the living room.
We don't have to tell our parents yet, but I want you to know how I really see you.
Me too.
They confirmed each other's feelings, sharing a gentle smile. Right then, Yuto's dad walked in.
Hey, you two look pretty cozy over there.
They both froze.
No, it's nothing.
Yeah, we were just talking.
Well, I won't pry, but
Their dad chuckled softly.
you're both adults now. Just be honest with yourselves.
Hearing that, Misaki and Yuto exchanged glances and smiled, a bit embarrassed. They strolled through the campus like always. But now they saw each other in a different light, as someone special. Back home, they sat on the sofa together, feeling a bit awkward. Even though they had decided to date as a proper couple, there was one big issue left to face.
Hey, Yuto, we really should tell our parents, right?
Yeah, it'd be weird to hide it forever.
They looked at each other and sighed heavily. A few days later, Yuto and Misaki sat in front of both parents. Yuto's dad and Misaki's mom watched them with curious expressions.
We've decided we want to be a couple, not just step-siblings.
We know it's sudden, but we're serious.
They held their breath, waiting for the adult's reaction. Yuto's dad widened his eyes for a second, then smiled gently.
I had a feeling this might happen.
Yuto and Misaki glanced at each other in surprise.
Wait, you were expecting this?
Sure. You two acted so distant at first, but lately you've been really close.
Misaki's mom beamed kindly at them.
You're both grown-ups. It's your life, so decide for yourselves.
Right, but make sure you treasure each other, okay?
Realizing they were being accepted, Yuto and Misaki looked at each other and blushed, relief washing over them. College life went on as usual, but both felt a new lightness in their hearts. Walking side by side, Misaki gently moved closer to Yuto, who casually took her hand.
Won't we look kinda silly if people see?
Does it matter? We don't have to hide anymore.
Misaki blushed but returned the squeeze on his hand. When they got home, Dad and Misaki's mom smiled at them knowingly.
You two really look like a couple now.
Yes, and you suit each other so well.
Their faces turned red, but they kept their hands firmly clasped. And so began their new life, a strange mix of classmates, step-siblings, and now lovers. It was definitely a bit unusual, but undeniably full of happiness.